Okay, yeah. While I was filming on yesterday, I didn't realize that the camera died. So you didn't get some things that you were supposed to see, but I'm gonna talk about what I did. I don't know if it got on film or not. I don't remember. So I've told you before, I really do not read the directions. Bad habit, but it's the truth. I'm doing 12 things at once, y'all. Anyway, so I am still working on 7359. And I did make a mistake. It happens, especially when you don't read directions. So this is a little bit more different than I was anticipating. And I didn't read because the first one I did was more of a facing. And I think that's why it threw me off on this one. I did a facing for the first one. This one has a collar. And I didn't pay attention to the fact that it's a collar. So I don't know if I'm going to like this one. Not. I like the first one. I really do. I don't know if I'm going to like this collar. But I kind of had to do it this way because I've already cut it. And I don't have any more of this fabric to change it. So with this, I made the mistake of actually sewing down the part that actually attaches to the collar. Because I said I thought it was going to be a little short or something, but it's actually the right length. So I did cut it right. Now, because I have already graded out the seam line, I had to only move over about 1/8, a fourth over from the edge. So it's not, I don't put it exactly on the edge because this is the stitch line. So I try to make sure that that stitch line, because it's pressed well, is going to be at the right spot. So I got it all pinned. Luckily, I had markings, and if I had checked the markings, I would have realized that I was sewing in the wrong location, but that's my fault. So make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you read the directions, especially if it's not a style you've done before. And I did, even though I did the design, I didn't do the collar design. It was a facing design. So I just have to attach it, and the camera died at some point. So I know that it looks weird because I've already put the very back together, and I didn't have to, but I went on and did it. I will probably go in here and just attach a piece of elastic on the shoulder because this is going to get a cuff. I will probably just attach a piece of elastic on the shoulder spots, the two areas it talked about. I'm just going to grab a piece of black elastic and actually stretch it to shorten it a decent amount, and then put the, I don't know, I may not do this still because I got to put cuff on the end. So I'm not for sure. I may change my mind. So I ain't gonna tell you that. So I gotta wind the bobbin because my bobbin's low. I'm gonna wind the bobbin and go ahead and finish this out. Because once I do that, it's a matter of putting the front together. Now, with the front, it has a pleat in the front. Now, this looks wide, and I followed the directions. This looks wide. I don't remember the other one being this wide. And it looks like it should be touching versus the distance. And I think what I did, I'm gonna be honest, I think what I ended up doing was I ended up placing the pattern piece off the fold, and I didn't realize I placed it off the fold. So that's why, because the distance of this one is not the same distance as my first one. And if it turns out that the width wise is bigger on this than on the top part, it's not a big issue. I'll just go ahead and scooch it in, scooch it in a little bit further, and it'll be all right. So that's what my oops plan or oops problem was, but I'm not stressed about that. Oh, what else? I don't think there's anything else in particular I need to worry about, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. Like I said, I gotta attach, run the bobbin, and then I'm gonna attach it. We shall see. All right, y'all. I finally got the bobbin wound up. I was having issues, like always. If you didn't see it, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, first of all, hold on. So, this is a side note. I apologize, but I had to put this in here. So, I don't know if you know, I have a garden, and I don't talk about it a whole lot, but this year has been the bomb. And so I grew a lot of different mints, spearmint, a regular mint, and I think a different mint. And so I decided to dry it. Also, too, I had a lot of sage. So I dried a lot of different herbs. I decided that I would make I made a mint jelly. Well, let's just say it didn't turn out to be a jelly. It was more like because I cooked it too long. So it ended up being more like a honey, like a mint honey consistency. Perfect for tea. So any plain tea, I just throw a spoon of it, and I don't have to sweeten nothing. I don't have to add nothing. And I'm a girl who loves some sugar. Bad, but that, it just gives such a great taste. Well, I had some mint, some more mint. I went on to put some dry mint in here. Made me some tea, right? Well, I had some dried apple. Yeah, dehydrated apple. This is so good. This is nothing like tea bags. Nothing. It's awesome. Ooh, you don't need much because you don't want to mess with the flavors. Just wonderful. Anyway, all right, so we got to rock this out because I've been playing with this thing too long and I should have been done. All the mishaps, like always. So we are at the point where I did make a mistake. I'm only human, but it shouldn't take me long because I've already ripped it. Now one thing I will tell you, I'm probably gonna do. I don't have it stitched down like I normally would have, like a top stitch going across the shoulder, because I think I'm going to actually end up adding a piece of elastic to bring it up a little, but I won't know that literally until I'm done making it. That's one of the things it talks about, gathering it there. I can gather it or save myself the headache and use elastic. Same concept. It'll move, it'll give. It's fine. It's okay. Nothing wrong with it. So we're going to go ahead and attach this. I'm going to turn you towards the sewing machine. And we're going to get this done. Okay? Okay. y'all. All done. I will have to apologize because I didn't realize that my phone was too low on juice and it powered off. And once I realized it, I was pretty much done, except for something. I don't know. Anyway, so I can reiterate what I worked on, which was M7359. I kind of did, it's sort of a variation, okay? Because I did a short sleeve. I kind of did A. I would say A. I think it's A. Kind of did A, but I did the collar of C, but the length is sort of in between. Okay, so I didn't do the gathers that would cause it to gather up. So it's the short sleeve version, I think. It couldn't be the right one because on the C version, the sleeve is longer. And this band didn't fit because I didn't do the C sleeve. I more like did the A sleeve. So it's a shorter sleeve. So I ended up cutting this in half and lengthening it about 2 inches, I think. But I'm cool with it. It's all right. Then I ran into a slight problem right here. What I do suggest that if you are making this and you put the interface in the collar, that you don't put it in the seam allowance because it's kind of bulky right here and I don't like that bulkiness. But for the most part, other than that, that's the only part that I just don't like about it. But that has to do with, it has to be there some kind of way, right? Okay. That's one thing, is to reduce that bulkiness by not putting any in the seam allowance. So, and then originally it was supposed to be long in the front, long in the back. And I guess I was not paying attention to my cutting. So I had it long in the front, meaning the length of B. So I'm going to try to put each one of the parts that I kind of did to create this. So it's more of it's a hack, I guess you would say. Because this is the collar. Like I said, this is the collar with C. The sleeve length without the elastic is more like B, but I didn't put the elastic in. Then the cuff is C, but I cut it in half and it's not foldable. I cut it in half and had the length in it to get what I needed. That's why I'm thinking I did something wrong. And then at the front, it was supposed to be the B length, but because it didn't cascade right and I only cut the length of A in the back, I went on and cut the front, so it's like A. So we have a little bit of everything going on in here. But what I can say is it is so cute. Now, I would redo this in a knit. I think it definitely would flow better for me, seeing that I'm a 18 on top and a good 24. So if you wanted a measurement, I'm 44, 40, or 39, something like that. Maybe I'll pull out the tape measure. And then I am a 59 hip. At least I've had been, but I've lost some inches. That's originally what I was. I'm still, as far as size-wise, I'm still wearing the same size. So for me, I can't wear it because it sits on my hips. Hopefully it works better for my daughter-in-law. If not, the easiest fix so she can wear it is I will actually go and put in some slits on the side for her because her waistline will be about here. So I would just do some slits on the side and she'll be able to wear it. If I wanted to, I could still wear it too because I can get it over my head, but it starts to bunch up over my hips. But it's actually cute. I think it would be nice for them to take a picture together. Hopefully they will. But I like it. Like I said, I apologize that you didn't get to see the whole so long. Hopefully you don't have the same problems I did. I created my own problems because I did not pay attention to where I was cutting at. I think it's because I wasn't focused. But I can say that, yes, for me, I still would make this pattern again, but I would do the facing. I think the collar, if you pick a very lightweight, um, like, because this is a cotton and this cotton blend or a cotton, which is an Ankara print. It says cotton blend, so something a little bit, a little bit softer would work better. But also too, I definitely would give this a try again with a knit. If you are concerned and you are hippie and you like the top, but because of the way it's made, it's difficult to wear. If you do it in a knit, I'm telling you, you will love it. It is so cute. So I was able to use remnant. This is like a piece of fabric that I was trying to get rid of anyway. Um, this is a regular cotton. Then we have the Ankara print, and then this is a lace in the back. Now I'm really digging the lace on the back side. So for me, if I find another fabric that I like, I'm going to make it again because I think I have just enough to be able to do the lace in the back. I would definitely do that again. So anyway, y'all. All right, I held y'all long enough. Y'all have a good one. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you like what I show you, what I do most is play with fabric. So anyway, I'll catch y'all on the flip side and y'all have a good one.